All right, yeah, always make sure my microphone is not muted when I start a cast. Hello, everyone. This is Quantic giving you a shoutcast and a game between Apocalypse versus Snoot here on Neoplanet S. Now, I am under the impression that Apocalypse is actually part of Quantic, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't quite understand why the tags are all over the place. But this is part of Teamstory Cup, and if I have completely messed up the teams, I'm sure some StarCraft 2 Fnatic fan, not a fan of Fnatic, but a fan will let me know that I am wrong, and I will retitle these games. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look into this. Yeah, Quantic Fuji's here. Oh, and Frodan is apparently casting as well. So, Frodan, one of my good friends over at NASL, we came up together casting a lot of the SoCal stuff. And after all of the SoCal stuff was completed, he went on to cast NASL, and I still have my own YouTube channel. All right, so Apocalypse down over here on the bottom left-hand side as the red Terran. Meanwhile, on the top right-hand side, we have Liquid Snoot. Liquid Snoot spawning as the blue Zerg. Terran versus Zerg here on Neoplanet S. Neoplanet S, a map that has been part of the map pool for quite some time. If you have not played a game on Neoplanet S, then you're probably not playing Heart of the Swarm and still stuck in Wings of Liberty. Taking a look at this, Snoot is going to be opening up with a hatchery down here. It is going to be a hatchery first, a rather aggressive economic build. Meanwhile, Apocalypse looks like he's going to be going for a very standard build as well. Taking a look at it, I do believe that it is not going to be an actual Reaper, just training up some Marines and then trying to go into Reactor Hellions. That does seem to be the strategy as of late for Terran players in order to try to contain Zerg and make sure that they cannot just get a free reign. And as I say that, I am completely wrong, as you now see a Reaper being trained. So, Apocalypse or APOC coming out with an earlier Reaper, and I still like this play. What I don't like is when a Terran player opts to scout with an SCV and then follows up with a Reaper. That is just a complete mind-blowing situation for me as a Terran player. Why would you sacrifice the SCV's mining time only to build a Reaper and then sacrifice the Reaper and not go into Reactor Hellions? That doesn't make a lot of sense, as we now see that the Reaper already moving on its way out. And one of the reasons why I like this particular opening is because you are able to train up these Reapers, and what you're also doing is you're using the long build time in your favor. Most Terran players would have needed this supply depot up much sooner, but because you went Reapers, a unit that is a relatively slow build, you are able to just mass or train up these Reapers and then move around the map fairly quickly with them. Oh, this Reaper is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Is it going to be able to get away in time? Oh, beautiful micro there, and it is now down to 5 hit points. There it goes, gets taken down. A little bit of lag, perhaps, affecting APOC's decision making there. The Reaper should have made its way out, and oh, this Reaper could have a very bad day as well. Trying to get in some kills, already get in 2 kills, 3 kills there. And there is the exchange. Taking a look at the losses, we are even, except for the fact that the Reaper is still on the field with full hit points, or will be on the field with full hit points, as this Reaper is still scouting around. Oh, what is this? Triple command center before a factory is completed. This is perhaps one of the most greedy builds I've seen in quite some time. Are we perhaps just going to see a bunker here on the front door? And will we perhaps also see some Marauders? 8 drones now coming in from Snoot. And perhaps Apocalypse knows that Snoot is a very hardcore economic type of Zerg player. 8 drones coming in at a time. You can see that we are still sitting at tier 1 as Snoot is now looking to establish up his 3rd base. Down over here at the 3 o'clock position, little does he know that his 3rd base is gonna be behind his opponent's 3rd base ever so much, just slightly, as we are now going into Widowed Mines as well. Apocalypse going to, sitting at 32 over 38 supply. Snoot sitting at 51 over 60. And this game is actually looking very strong for Snoot. The harvester count 35 to 26. Also, Snoot going to have access to these resources much more quickly than Apocalypse, as Apocalypse needs to figure out where he's going to be lifting off this command center, perhaps landing it either here at the 9 o'clock position or down here at the 6. Reaper is now fighting back here. Oh, Zerglings, this Reaper is going to be able to jump up onto the high ground. Yes, it does. And very, very carefully sneaks his way back inside. Now, I would assume that a Reaper inside a bunker should be able to heal. And yes, it does in fact heal there as well, as we're going to be seeing this Reaper get back into the green in just a moment. Now, double bunkers with double Widow Mines. And this is a very interesting build where, yeah, this is actually just making sure that a Terran player doesn't get bum rushed, or this front door does not completely fall. You can take a look at it. There's a Widow Mine here. It will take down a lot of Zerglings and do a lot of splash damage to those Zerglings if the Zerglings try and charge in. Same thing right here. Also, because of the way that these Widow Mines are positioned, where are all of these Widow Mines going all of a sudden? They're actually going to make a move out onto the field, as Apocalypse doesn't feel comfortable not seeing an attack. He has very limited field of vision right now, and he needs to know what his opponent is doing. He does not know about this expansion here. He doesn't know that he is significantly behind in the harvester race, and with this 62 to 38, that is just not a good sign whatsoever. All right, I believe the Widow Mine did get the kill off there. There are some Marines and Reapers, as this Banshee now making a move out across the field. Banshee does not have Cloak. Its effectiveness will pretty much be limited, especially with Spore Crawlers already coming up onto the field. There's one drone down. Second drone may get taken down. There's a third drone already, as the Banshee now forced to retreat. That Banshee looking to deal a little bit more damage than what we saw. Meanwhile, Snoot now going in for a front door bum rush. 9 Banelings and Zerglings ready to go. This could be a very, very bad day. 1 Baneling down, 2 Banelings down, but more Banelings will find their target. Banelings, all right, front door supply depots. Is this going to be enough? Banelings just splashing across multiple units, but it looks like it will get cleaned up rather nicely. 1 Zergling left, but no real workers killed. Nicely avoided by Apocalypse. Snoot crashing everything he had, losing a bit more. But then again, Snoot does have more to lose. 69 drones now. Wow, that was a large round of drones. 69 drones already on the field compared to 50, as we are now establishing up a front door wall off over here. Multiple supply depots should be able to ward off any attack, as Zergling's now going to be rushing straight in here. And do the Hellions have enough damage? Yes, they do. The Zerglings running into the fires and the flames, only to get torched. Even without blue flame tech, still very effective. Now, servo reactors have not been researched. We do have the ability to train up Hellbats, though. As you can see, a Thor is now being trained. So far, level 1 weapons and armor upgrades coming online. This is the 4th orbital command for Apocalypse. And this 4th orbital command should be able to just shut down, or perhaps open up a lot more, excuse me, my phone rang. It should be able to open up a lot more mining options for Apocalypse, being able to strip mine these locations without investing a lot of SCVs. Now, Banshees are looking to back off here. There is still a lot of Zerglings on the field. 2-2 upgrades coming in. We are going into the Infernal Pre-Igniter, so APOC or Apocalypse really looking forward, or trying to use these old school Hellions. Hellions, Blue Flame Hellions, are very effective against Zerglings, and they're also effective against Banelings because they do outrun them. Hellbats tend to just melt to Banelings, as we're going to be seeing in just a little bit, if we are going to see more and more Hellbats being trained. Apocalypse now going very heavy in this mech style. 4 factories coming out, training up Thors. 3 of them training Thors, and then double training Hellbats, as well as the Banelings completely crash open this side door here. All right, Hellions trying to take down the Zerglings. A whole bunch of SCVs taken down in a matter of seconds, as we're now seeing the battle just continue on here. Infernal Pre-Igniter still has a little bit of time left. SCVs should be perhaps be repairing, as we are now getting a command center to be built here. This is important. Building a command center is actually much more effective than the 3 supply depots that we saw earlier. The reason being, even though the command center here does not take multiple splash damage from these banelings, but it doesn't matter when there is this many banelings and they're just simply gonna roll on in. This is gonna be a bad day. Orbital commands may end up getting torched down, as we can see another command center taken down here. Hellions may try to do a little bit of a chase. This is going to be a little bit of a dangerous place now, as Snoot is just putting a lot of pressure on Apocalypse. Apocalypse now feeling the full economy of these 3 bases, and Snoot, even though he is a little bit behind in terms of supply, will be able to quickly catch up. You can take a look. He is more larva limited than anything else, as he now has banelings coming in mass. 153 supply versus 153 now. Hellions, very defensive positioning and posturing by APOC, but APOC needs to figure out where he is going to be trying to move next. Hellions cleaning up all of these creep tumors. There are Banshees on the field as well, and we are now going into some Ravens to try and clean up all of these creep tumors and move away from some movement speed bonuses. Alright, APOC back over here, forced to defend. There are supply depots here. Widow mines all over the place. What is going to be happening next as a Queen now tries to chase this SCV? You can see a lot of SCVs working overtime trying to repair the majority of this mechanical army. Hellbats, Thors, Banshees, Vikings, Hellions, everything in this unit composition here, as we now see Zerglings are going to try and once again bust through this bunker. Bunker once again taken down in a matter of seconds. Orbital command could lift off. Banshees have arrived, and what is going to be happening here? Liquid Snoot down to 146. Apocalypse sitting at 180, and Snoot now forced to retreat once more, as we do see repairing once going on again here at the 6 o'clock position. Alright, Snoot trying to perhaps hold on to his macro advantage. APOC has a very large army, but we are now seeing Swarm Hosts and Enduring Locusts coming into play. This could be a complete just blindside, as there is only one Raven. If that Raven is taken down, a lot of scanner sweeps will need to go down in order to clean up those Swarm Hosts. On top of that, we are going into a Greater Spire, and as strong as Thors are, they are not that good against Broodlords unless they are in that high impact payload mode, which does take 4 seconds to convert over to. Alright, here we go. Queens are now trying to run by. Auto turrets coming in. Swarm Hosts are engaging. What is happening here? The Banelings now trying to make their way in as well. They are going to be doing a little bit of splash damage, as the Thors now just engaging and taking down Swarm Host after Swarm Host. This is looking very, very strong right now for Apocalypse. But does he have any surefire follow-up? There is no Hellions, there are no Hellbats, and a round of Zerglings could quickly just clean up all of these stores here. 2 upgrades on these stores. As we can see, a round of Zerglings now coming in. Hellbats have arrived. They are going to try and clean up the rest of these units here. Is it going to be enough? A lot of Thors, 76 damage, down they go. What? Actually, no. Yep. Down go 3. A beautiful positioning here, as we are now going into more Swarm Hosts. Still do not see any... Still do not see any additional... any Broodlords at all. And Apocalypse takes game 1 in this series over Snoot in a very, very impressive fashion. This Thor walk across the field with a lot of Hellbats, being able to sit back on 3 bases. For the longest time, it felt like Snoot was just pummeling on Apocalypse, but Apocalypse apparently having the rage ability of a Pokemon, taking all of that damage and reversing it back on Snoot. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.